Brent, good to see you again.
Good
Um,
morning.
you know what?
Great to see you as well. It looks like you've dimmed your lights a little bit.
I
I
have
don't
to
know. Maybe
tell you,
I'm just feeling extra bright this
no, that
morning. But
I'm feeling a bit dim this morning. I am feeling
well,
a bit dim.
yesterday that was me, but so today is Happy Brent Day,
Like,
and
yesterday was good. I liked the back and forth. I think we have to decide. We've got to find some topics where um we can take a contrarian or like I'm going to say the things out loud type stuff throughout the course of it on whatever the thing is like
yeah, I
uh,
got you.
and I think it made for a good conversation. One of my favorite comments yesterday was Craig saying that he had so many things so many things to say and so many words to type, but just kind of
I
like
think he was driving too.
the whole not enough time. Like I envision during that conversation, Craig kind of like I can't believe you didn't see Almost Famous or in some of the learning styles type stuff where he's just yelling at the at the at the radio, just like no. So anyway,
You guys are both wrong.
yeah, right, yeah, yeah. Why don't we get some real talent in this thing?
Hey, good morning, Wendy.
I think, hey Wendy, I think. So what's on your mind this morning? Like what's top of mind? Anything
Oh,
particular?
um,
Allegedly,
um,
that's good. Yeah,
Number one, consuming more coffee.
yeah.
Uh, Number two, um, I think I'm going to cancel my Thursday webinar.
No.
I know. Um, yeah, it was a worthy test. I gave it a go, and it's not that I'm going to not do it at all. I still believe that it's all valuable content, and it's all going to be very, very useful for people. I think I was obviously a little bit aggressive in my trying to get
Yeah.
especially a paid pilot. Like if I had just shouted out, "Hey, hang out with me. I'm going to go through this webinar for 4 hours."
The thing that I think is funny about that, your time is worth significantly more than you're investing in that thing. You're like, hey, I'm gonna go give away my time for free. Um, Meaning like as a participant, like think about how much you get paid per hour and
Yeah.
you're investing on that side. And then you got to say, okay, what am I investing from a cash perspective, to money perspective? How much am I putting out on that side? And am I going to get, I know a lot of people like to talk about the 10x thing. Am I going to get 10x return, or what needs to happen in order for me to return on it? So if I'm a new sales rep who's into a new market and I've got a certain like OTE, on target earning, the expected compensation, and there's a time frame that I've got to make it through, and this is going to help me get there faster. Is it worth that exchange of cash and time for this thing? And sometimes what ends up happening is people are like, ooh, it's close, but I just don't know if I'm going to get it. Like, I don't know if I trust this guy. I don't know that he knows what he's talking about, or is going to tell me anything different than what I'm going to hear or see on these other things. So there's all this stuff that you kind of go through. Yet
Yeah.
at the same time, and I was talking with one of the guys that I get out and golf with once or twice a week. We'll end up getting out there together. He's got like 6 training aids that are in his backyard now for his golf swing. I'm telling you, if you need 6 training aids in your backyard for your golf swing, you do not need a training aid. You need a therapist or a psychologist or something like that, mentalist. Like,
You need more time to just practice the damn swing.
practice. There's a like for me right now mentally, and we'll get to the point here, I think. But the right now mentally, my game is broken when it comes to using my wedges. Like I
Mm.
literally look over a ball that is real like touch type stuff where feel around the green, and I missed the ball during a swing yesterday with a wedge in hand, um, and it counts. Like it wasn't a practice swing. It would like when you literally miss the ball, chunking from like 20 yards out. So like that close. You've hit a really good shot to get to where you are, and then you do that. The game will mentally break you, and I'm mentally broken. Craig is threatening. Craig, we might take you up on this. Craig says, "Just put me in the video once, I can get it all out." And I don't believe you can literally get it all out.
It's just a cleansing.
Yeah.
Just got to cleanse his soul of all of the built up gook. There's a tremendous amount of gook. Just need a little 3-in-1 oil and gauze pads. So that would be one. Actually, that's probably two, but one movie.
All right.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. We're just supposed to drink. That's right. Dang it.
And you're not even supposed to say that either. Like now all the early people are
I know. Okay, sorry.
That's the other problem. Remember, Brent and I are both humans. So we get super excited about these ideas that we think are going to be really funny, that everybody's going to think is really cool, and nobody's going to notice.
But the fun thing about doing this is, and the reason why I do it like this is because it's fun for us, and that's all that matters. So if nobody else gets it, that's okay.
It's just our world. We're living in it.
We're just living in it. And what we should do before the end of the year, let's just get everybody in here. How many people can you squeeze in to Restream, Mike?
I don't know how it works, but we can test. I mean, we know who the usual suspects are, the ones that we see each day. What we'll do is we'll send out the link and see what happens when we run to max capacity. Like let's test and break things.
Let's push the flux capacitor.
There we go. It wasn't actually a quote, though.
No, it really wasn't. It's just a word. Does one word count?
Words don't count. Words don't count in this.
But it's like, where else is that word used, though?
I once did a video. It's so I'll show you guys this. We'll see how this works. You see?
Whoa, that's a big whiteboard. Oh, it just cleared up. Stay out of the way so it stays clear.
Get them out of the way. So that thing up there, that is your vitals. And I did a video on this. Probably it's the most recent tool that I've added up there. And I did this 2, maybe 3 years ago. And I said I had my flux capacitor moment. And it's about aligning in teams. So how do you take two distinct teams and put a quick assessment together to figure out what we can do to bring them together? And it's your vitals, and the vitals stand for an acronym, and we don't need to get into the details there, but that was my flux capacitor moment. I was super, super excited. It did not work out as well as it worked out for Doc Brown. But Doc Brown.
Oh, Craig's right. Flux is actually, it's a soldering term. He is correct on that. Yes. So yeah. So all right. So mine doesn't count. So do we have to like spit our coffee back out?
Just do it off camera. Like okay. Whatever you do off camera is your own thing.
Okay. You know what? Let's just jump to the news. Let's get some legit stuff going on here. I already popped it into the Gemini, so why not?
Oh, did you? All right.
Unless you had more you wanted to follow up on with your with the whiteboard. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was gonna see if this pops up.
So I got the top industry headlines: major acquisition, Learning Pool has acquired WorkRamp.
Did you? This is something you put together. We might update our thumbnail in the
Okay.
chat. Give us kind of. You can't really do thumbs up, but are you pro this or con this in the? For those of you who are watching the video, and you'll see what may end up being an updated version of a thumbnail that Brent put together. And I'm going to stop sharing, and then Brent, you start sharing on your side.
Okay.
So I used a capacitor, I think, to, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong here. Would I have used a capacitor to try to get more bass out of, or reduce the treble that was coming out of speakers? What if I put a capacitor on the wiring? Does that sound right?
Oh, Wendy says it's cute. Do we want to be cute, Mike?
I am certainly, I've never been cute ever. So, like, I've been accused of many things.
Wendy, that's awesome.
Like Churchley, well, now isn't that special? Thank you, Wendy. You really should have them shouting at clouds. So, hey, there we go. Look at this. We're iterating.
Okay. Well, that'll be today's exercise
Yeah,
afterwards.
throw it in there. See what the was this a nano banana thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, see what nano banana can do.
This was the funniest thing. I was walking Murphy and I was talking with Grok, and I asked Grok if she could do it, and she said, "Oh no, I can't do that for you. All I can do is give you a prompt. Go ahead and take this prompt and paste it into any one of your favorite image AI generating tools." She said, "Would you like me to make you a list that you could use to to put the prompt in?" And I said, "No, that's all I need to know. I have to go back to my desk now." And she said, "Okay, have fun."
You didn't say yes, please.
I didn't say yes, please, but
yeah,
so, okay,
that's awesome.
So here we go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Wendy.
Oh my goodness, yes. Come on, it's not that bad. Tip down the treble or bring down. You should use. Yeah, isn't a potentiometer just a volume control? Okay, now we're just getting into.
We're off the rails.
We're totally off the rails.
So let's bring it back. Beep beep beep.
That's another sound effect I need to get. Okay.
So that is so you talk about your dog Murphy. Our dog Murphy, we do that. He just backs up.
When you make that noise, he does. He walks backwards.
Walks backwards.
Oh, that is hilarious.
It's
I want video of that.
Yeah, I'll do that in the we'll do one of the and he'll be down in his like crouching position. He's a collie cattle dog mix. So he's in that crouching, kind of herding position, kind of waiting for the motion to happen. And the motion is the throwing of the frisbee. And if he's a little bit too close, it'll be like beep beep beep, and he just he scoots his way backward. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so.
We do it a lot quicker than the big trash truck. But yeah,
I can visualize him doing it right now.
Has the same intent.
Yeah.
And effect.
Okay. Learning Pool has acquired WorkRamp. So just as a point of reference, I think we're going to see a lot of these types. We've already seen a few of these acquisitions in the last few weeks, at least since we've started this. I think we've seen at least 3 or 4 different acquisitions. I think we're going to see a lot more. I think we're going to see a lot more announced in Q1 as well. So expect that, folks. But anyways, a significant move that strengthens Learning Pool's footprint in the U.S. market and consolidates its position as a leader in learning technology. This merger combines Learning Pool's content capabilities and WorkRamp's LMS and enablement tools. Totara security milestone. Totara has officially achieved ISO 27001. Hey, congratulations. That is not easy. Um, it's a critical update for organizations in highly regulated sectors, relying on Totara for compliance training as it verifies their commitment to top tier information security standards. Yeah, ISO 27001 is a big deal. Awards and recognition. Training Orchestra secured the Gold Award at the 2025 Brandon Hall Group Excellence in Technology Awards for its contribution to ILT and VILT management, highlighting a renewed industry focus on streamlining hybrid training operations. Now that's interesting. I didn't realize Training Orchestra was an operations platform. Interesting.
Wendy added
Impart-
a comment in here that WorkRamp is an LMS for less than 1,000 people. So from a
oh,
fit perspective,
interesting.
that's
A little
where
lightweight
they
then.
are
So
in the
I'm
market.
guessing hopefully the price tag that goes along with it is equally as small and inexpensive. But I doubt it. Imparta won gold for best use of AI in learning at the Learning Technology Awards 2025 for its iCoach AI platform. The tool was recognized for its ability to deliver sales enablement training that effectively blends generative AI with structured learning paths. There
Hey,
you go.
we got a question or a request in the chat. Craig is asking to explain ISO, the significance of ISO.
It is a big deal for a lot of LMS and content creation tools. Yeah. So, well, ISO is just I think it actually stands for the International Standards Organization. I think is what I think that is the exact acronym. And basically 27001 basically just defines a whole bunch of things that holds your software accountable, or not necessarily just your software, but your business um, accountable to some highly significant security standards. I don't think we need to get any more specific than that. So you have put all of the things in place to prove that the software that you're selling and the environment within which that software exists, especially since it's a SaaS platform, like is it on AWS? Do you have the data on servers in your own building? If you do, is that building super secure? What are your company's practices for allowing people to get access to that data? Both physical and digital access? Do you audit yourself um, frequently? Do you do cybersecurity training for all of your employees? Are they all up to date? All on and on and on. All of ISO standards, and it's super strict. And there are auditors that specialize in going around and running your organization through one of these things. If you've never been at a company and been part of an ISO audit, boy, you're missing out. They are so much fun.
Well, and then from we've talked about this, just kind of a little bit of flashback. So we've been doing this now for a while. We do it every Monday, or excuse me, every morning at 6 o'clock our time for Brent and I in Arizona. And depending on
8 o'clock Eastern time.
depending on your time of year, it'll be 8 o'clock Eastern time, or sometimes it'll be 9 o'clock. Because I just like Arizona does not change its clocks. I don't think we're going to change our clocks when it comes to this thing.
Oh no, we do. We just change time zones. So we go to California for half the year. We stay in Arizona the rest of the year.
So we talked about the standards from a railroad perspective, and this is just another one of the benefits of standards from a check the box perspective is that if someone has met that standard, then you can expect that they've done the things, they put the rigor in place to be able to do the thing that they're committing to. So a lot of times in RFPs, there will be requests for proposal or RFQs, requests for quote. There'll be a requirement in there to meet a certain standard. And there are standards organizations. The one that's in the mechanical engineering space is ASME, Association or American Society of Mechanical Engineers, excuse me, and those standards help to increase safety and reduce risk. So ASME is known for its boiler pressure safety, one of the many standards that it's known for. Anyhow, so there you go. A little bit more information on standards and how it applies, not just to technology, not to the technology that you think about here in security and ISO here. And there's a number of SAE, another standards organization. These are standards that you'll see out there in the marketplace that you may not even know exist. They ultimately help reduce risk.
Indeed. And 508 compliance, yeah, absolutely is part of that. And I will also say that it's exceptionally expensive for companies to go through this. So for them to put out the resources and to spend to get ISO certified is a significant spend. It's like FedRAMP is the same way. If you want to work in the government, your software has to be FedRAMPed. It has to meet all of the federal guidelines and regulations. So anyways, here's an interesting one. I love the new reports and data section. This is my favorite because it's not necessarily new, but I think it's new to Gemini because its search engine just indexed a new report that somebody put out, and so it's like, wow, here this popped up, and so it's important. But it gives us something to talk about. So the boardroom disconnect. A new report from Rise Up released this week suggests that while L&D programs are delivering measurable results, now remember, just yesterday, the new reports and the research showed that what L&D must do, or what L&D needs to do, is to shift itself from just being order takers to delivering measurable results. Now, today, we have a report that suggests that, man, oh man, we move fast. Within 24 hours, L&D programs, they're delivering measurable results. And but dang it, those darn people in the boardroom, they just aren't listening. I mean, wow. It's like we are good. We are like, man, the L&D people, give yourselves a round of applause. Crushing it. Oh, well, the data indicates that despite proven ROI, wow, we've proven ROI too. Amazing. Many L&D budgets remain under pressure or are shrinking as executives overlook the long-term impact on workforce transformation. Now, have they overlooked it, or do they just not care?
I think this.
Let's move on. We beat that dead horse yesterday. I'm going to cut you off there, Mike, on purpose, and you can digitally browbeat me if you want to, but let's move on. Generation numb. And for those of you that are like, why was Brent so mean to Mike? Just go watch yesterday's episode.
No, it's because Brent takes advantage of me. So
I'll let you read the next one. I love you, Mike. You know?
I don't know that I can read, but are we sure that I can read? have we confirmed that I can read? I don't want to take your moment away from you, Brent.
There's no moment left. It's done. My moments are long gone.
All right, the hidden AI problem. New research indicates that 80% of UK workers are using AI tools secretly. Shadow AI.
What?
Ooh, shadow AI, because they lack formal training or guidance. Because we know that in order to use something, you have to be trained formally.
Absolutely.
Like, how dare you go out there and test some things? This highlights a massive gap between workforce behavior and L&D governance. If this is true,
it's massive, though. It's not just a gap, Mike. It's massive gap.
If you are not aware, you cannot govern. Um, so like, uh, what's the do you remember back in the day when uh, we used to talk about the risk of BYOD,
Oh, yeah.
and oh, is that what happens if that laptop is on the network, and what's going to happen? And
Man. Yeah.
um,
Not yeah, and that mobile device, you sure we should allow people to connect to the Wi-Fi? I mean,
like, do you know what kind of risk? Like, do you know where that USB stick has been? Like, the
the most important thing you should do is when you're in the parking lot is you should pick up that USB stick that you found out there and be like, wow, a 3 gigabyte USB stick. I just scored all this extra space. These things are like $100. Well, maybe they're like $5 now, but
yeah,
I'm gonna
memory used to be expensive.
oh yeah. Now I'm gonna go plug that into my computer and check it out. There could be something cool on it. And
Or Brent, I just want to be helpful. I want to make sure that the person who left it there gets it back. Because
maybe the get info uh link has their name on it.
please never do something like that. Like, don't ever do anything like that. It is not good. It is not a good thing.
No,
There's
it's totally not a good thing.
there's
Generation numb. Did we I think we skipped generation numb.
oh, see, that's what happens when you let somebody else read the news.
Well, that's okay. I think we should just move on anyways because we're just moving along. Corporate moves, Citigroup's massive upskilling. What's Gemini's obsession with massive? Is it just, can it not find another word, or what's the deal? Anyways, Citigroup has launched a mandatory AI training initiative for 175,000 employees. The program focuses specifically on prompt engineering.
Oh no.
And distinguishing between basic and high impact AI usage, aiming to standardize AI literacy across the bank. Well, you know what? Uh, nothing, better late than never, I suppose.
Ooh, look at this on the radar. Like, this
Oh,
is suspense. I
ooh,
see a familiar name.
oh, yeah. So I just leave it right there and just
There you
like
go. That's suspenseful.
it's the teaser.
I I
Are we
wonder
really going to skip the corporate moves?
I wonder about this whole like prompt engineering thing, because we've talked about it before on this thing about how now it's more conversational, it's quick, back and forth. It's not these long drawn out. I saw one on Twitter. I still call it Twitter, but the about how to uh, you create your own copywriter using AIDA, so awareness, interest, desire, action, and it was like, I mean, we're talking lots of words,
Oh yeah, I've seen
and
them too. It's like, especially those ones where they're like, I've 10x'd my monthly income by just using this one AI prompt. You can
yeah,
get it if you message me prompt.
yeah. Comment Roadrunner in snow.
We should do that. Okay, everybody. When you're watching this later, because I know you're all asleep right now, comment prompt engineering, and Mike and I will send you uh, the the two of us laughing hysterically at a dumpster fire.
I want what I want people to do. Here's my request. Let's test this one. Anytime we get off track, just comment squirrel.
Okay, good one.
And let's see how many squirrels, because we could report on the number of squirrels that are out there. That,
We
or
can.
if we don't want to use squirrel because it might be offensive to squirrels, we could use Doug, which is the name of the dog in Up.
Oh, that
So
is.
we could use Doug. So all right, another audience interaction point. Coming back here, would you prefer Doug or squirrel when one of those events
Exactly.
takes place?
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need to talk about it, but maybe there are people out there. So it's like, you know what I equate this to?
Yeah.
I equate this to Google searching. Everybody knows, well, okay, I shouldn't say everybody. There is, you just, y- for the longest time, since Google search has been allowed to be inside the corporate walls or even outside when people go to Google search, you just think about what you want and you just type it in there. Now, are there ways that you can Google search better? Absolutely. You can put quotes around words for the search engine to look for that very specific group of words together. There are, you can use all caps. You can use operators like all caps and or all caps or, and it will only return uh, you know, things that have that one word and the next word, or, or this word or the other word, but not both. Like things like that. There's ways you can do really fancy searches to get exactly what you want. I would say 5% of the population knows what those things are and actually uses them to effectively go through search. And I can remember, as L&D professionals, there were training courses on how to be better Google searching. There were workshops done at different events. Everybody wrote about it. There were cheat sheets you could download. There, on and on and on, trying to get people to do it. Nobody cared. Everybody just types in what they want. They either get what they want or they don't get what they want. If they don't get what they want, they don't think about how to search differently. They just complain that Google sucks and they go find a new search engine that will give them what they want. It's just how it goes. And this is the exact same thing. Prompting is, can you get a better result if you know how to write a more specific prompt with very specific context? Yes. And all that means is understanding how the AI works. Um, I think the part that I just find a little overkill is the word engineering. I can remember when it was even it's even a job. Like I don't see it anymore, but there was a time where people were hiring for prompt engineers,
Yeah.
right? And I don't see that anymore.
I mean,
So
part of
like
it is I've not been looking for it, like so I don't know if it does that. Like sometimes people just catch up, right? And there's an evolution that you've got to go through
oh,
to get
totally,
there.
it's a
And
transition. Yeah.
like there's a um Star Trek, the second version when they brought Khan back in, they're on a planet, and the planet had like just invented, if I remember right, like just invented language, like just started using started using language, and then saw this spaceship, and part of the whole thing there. And I'm not a Trekkie; I'm more of a Star Wars guy than a Star Trek guy. Even though I think was it Abrams who remade the movies. I appreciate what he did with those and thought they're phenomenal movies. But the point was, we're not gonna. Part of it was the directive was we won't interfere in the in the evolution of what's happening in the space, and someone will come back and be like, "No, Mike, they actually said this," and then we could get the real movie quote, and then we could all have a swig, and everything would be good. But there's there when you interfere in it, you create gaps in what happens from a learning perspective and experience perspective. Like you have everybody jump from A to D. In some instances, if you don't get the foundational stuff right, then you're not going to be able to have the flexibility of doing the other things. So I think so I wonder, and when you've got a company that's 175,000 people, they tend to move a little bit slower. So maybe this is part of that.
Yeah, it totally is. I think it's
And
absolutely.
hold on, Craig, that is not a squirrel thing. We are talking about prompt engineering and the evolution of prompt engineering. And if you'd like me to connect the dots for you, there you go. I
No, it's good. You circled it back. You circled it back around beautifully. Craig's just putting it in there just because there's a delay, and he figured it'd probably hit right about the right time because we're going off the rails like every 30 seconds. So by the time
Squirrel denied. Squirrel denied. But let's Wendy bring us back on. Speaking of prompts, what's y'all's opinion of providing a prompt example for L&D employees versus just letting them figure it out and see what they like? What do you think about this?
I think it's spot on. I think it's absolutely how you should do it. I mean, if I were to build training on it, probably the first thing I would do would be to say, uh, everybody in the comments, well, first you'd have to start with how many of you use AI? Okay, those of you that use AI, go to your favorite AI, open up your conversations panel because every single one has, they call it something else maybe, but open it up. Find the last prompt that you put in, copy and paste it into the comments or paste it on this whiteboard so we can see everybody's prompts and look at it. Okay, great, 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 great. Now, talk about it, yuck it up a little bit with everybody, and then maybe go have a planned thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to drop in this particular, you got one pre-planned. I would drop in one particular prompt and see what the results are. And then I would have another one canned and ready that's an improved prompt that perhaps a prompt engineer would write and paste into the window. And then you put it in, and then you compare the results so you can show people kind of what the difference is between just a very simply worded prompt and a more engineered prompt. Okay, and so here's the other piece of this as well. I will say one good reason for good prompt engineering in the corporate space is that every single word you put into a prompt window costs money.
Yeah.
So every time you say please, it's costing more money to run that particular prompt. So when you're paying $20 a month and you're getting unlimited use of a tool, you don't really think about that and you don't really care because you're paying your money and you're just putting in what you want and that's it. And it's just they're going to like it and that's it. They take that into consideration with the amount of money that they're putting into this stuff. But when your corporation builds an internal LLM and they have their own internal systems up and going, every single one of those additional words that don't provide any value costs the company money and also just costs resources that could allow the LLM or the system to use something else. So yeah, and maybe what we need, this would be an interesting I think business, if I'm in fact right, I think as costs drop, pretty soon businesses aren't going to care if you say please and put a bunch of crazy words in there. But perhaps there will be a middleware, an opportunity for middleware for you to use your own use your own language, and then the middleware translates it into a more AI readable version. And then that's what it sends to the AI to reduce resources and reduce cost. I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud.
It's been a pretty good conversation in the chat that's been going back and forth about taking more of like a Mad Libs type approach, providing some structure. I'm going to combine Craig and Wendy's comments together here on the and Mugda's comments in here, which is this whole let's provide some guardrails or guide rails to help move things along, and it might be some fill in the blank pieces that work through. One of the things I do on the GPTs that I built to serve specific purposes inside our business. So each has a specific job to be done. One of the jobs to be done is show notes for the podcast, that kind of thing. There is one, there's one that we use for thumbnails for each of the posts that go live on our newsletter, so that we keep the theme there. The first button that gets pushed is the prompt that initiates the chat. And then the response from the tool is the questions that we expect, rather than go in and just start typing stuff up. There's a single button, and the instructions that have been passed on, throughout our group is just push the button that will initiate the chat, and then deliver the request in the order that it's made. And now we consistently get an output that is close to what we want. And what's been super annoying about it is because the tool is getting better, what we're actually seeing is there's more detail being added to the pictures of the thumbnails. And I don't want the detail. I want to keep this like flat icon style. So there's a point where I'll end up just, even though I've instructed, like, hey, follow the original instructions, like do that kind of thing, it may end up having to go in and update that specific GPT, or point the GPT to a different, what do they call a different model.
Yeah.
So, go back in time. And I think the piece that I'm taking away from the conversation, though, is create space for people to try things.
Yeah.
And to Wendy's point, sometimes if people are trying for a year or been trying for a year, you can kind of help them out.
This is where what we do is helpful, right? We can create job aids. We can create spaces for them to share with each other best practices, right? Like communities are great for this. This is why I'm a huge proponent of enterprise communities. Whether you're using Slack or Teams or whatever, being able to engage with workers across the globe that do the same thing you do, that are in the same company, all that kind of stuff, and learn from each other. It's so important. But if we can create spaces for them to safely learn, safely practice, and provide them some guide rails, that's great. I think what Mike is talking about too is sort of agents. Gemini calls them gems, where you do a lot of the heavy lifting for people first, or for yourself. If you're doing something over and over and over again, just put it into a gem and then press the button, launch the gem, and then add whatever modifications you want to add to it. But the hard lift of the prompt is already done, or the guidance and the guide rails are already built into it. So maybe that's what you need to do. And maybe that's what's meant by this term prompt engineering, is more like agent engineering and agent creation, and being able to build these little bits of middleware that help guide the user in using these AI tools in the most effective way possible.
Well, and if you think about just one more, another thought came to mind. Have you ever seen those images of the SpaceX Raptor engines and the different versions of them? So like you got version 1.0, which is like just lots of pipes, lots of moving parts, lots of connections. There's just a lot. And then version 2, cleaner. And then version 3, really clean. Now, some of the stuff might be hidden in the background, some of it, but you can tell that what they've done is gone through the process through engineering, removing all of the unnecessary things. And by removing the unnecessary things, you reduce risk because now there's fewer things that could potentially break. And maybe this is to get back to your point around cost, long-term cost. The engineer, the objective of the engineer in this instance is to help reduce the number of necessary things that in order to achieve the result and actually achieve even better results. So just
Well,
kind of
yeah,
shrink
you're
it
trying
down.
to eliminate human error
Yeah.
or human maybe not just error, but it just overuse. You're trying to, you know, force your employees to be responsible users of the corporation's resources
Yeah.
and for them to not make errors.
Hey,
And so
we're at
that's
we're at
useful.
45 minutes. So
Okay, so let's take 5 minutes and then wrap it up. Well, let's talk about the on the radar because it's the last piece, anyways.
I love this one. Like, this is so good.
And you read it. This is you. This is all you.
This
Jump
is
in.
so good. On the radar, the e-learning guild recently published pieces on transitioning from order takers to strategic advisors, a concept called urgent patience, balancing the need for rapid change with the cultural readiness of an organization. Holy crap. Like, I am gonna have there's gonna this this is gonna be one of those things that's gonna get me into trouble. Urgent patience. Hmm. um
I'm speechless.
Order takers to strategic advisors.
Well, we already talked about that earlier because we already transitioned from that in a day.
Mhm.
It only took us 24 hours to get from being order takers to strategic advisors. So we're good there. I mean, that's boom. Yeah.
Wow. Urgent patience. Could
So
you
well,
imagine? So
let's look at how it defines
we're
it.
gonna roll this thing out.
Balancing the need for rapid change with the cultural readiness of an organization. That's I'm assuming with the M dash there, that's what they're meaning. It's what urgent patience means.
Can you can you open the link?
Hmm. It's
Wonder
just
if
a
we
research paper from the guild.
but I want to see this urgent patience thing. That's good. You're welcome, Dr. Thorne. Doctor. It is good to see the doctor in the building.
Yay!
We have talked Kevin, we have talked about you a couple of times on this, and you wouldn't be shocked to hear that it was in the context of comic books, illustration, and gutters. And there you go. You could apply that to your Mad Libs formula and figure out exactly what the conversation was way back when. I am I want to. I'm going to go deep on. I just give me the phrase again, just so I've got it right. Urgent patience.
Oh, are you going to paste it into your AI? Okay, hold on a
No,
second.
like I'm gonna go and
Yes.
I'm doing a series. I launched it yesterday on just defining specific terms, and
Oh,
I
for
want to
sure.
make urgent patience is one that I want to go deep on, and I've got
Okay,
questions.
balancing the need for rapid change with the cultural readiness of an organization.
All right, dude, this is gonna be fun. All right, I have a job.
All right. Well, I forgot to here. Let me. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to reshare.
All right, add to the scene.
Here we go. Breaking complacency, sparking change. I love a good title.
And
Just
and
draw people in.
nothing
Just bring them in. Just bring them into the.
nothing better when you talk about like cultural readiness and have a bunch of birds kind of walking around in unison, just kind of following the flock. Like, isn't that what the penguins do? Like
Yeah.
just whole like, and if you're not watching, yeah, Kevin, you and me both, man. Doctor, we are. this is this is so good. Like, and just scroll back up. I want to see the image one more time. like this is the evolution of urgent patience. Like it's, hey, I'm excited. We're all going to be together, and then we kind of look together and we have a conversation with something. We bring somebody under our wing, and then it ends with our head down. Brian, before I get myself into a lot of trouble, we should probably wrap this thing up.
You have dissected this image way too deeply. It never crossed my mind that it was a left to right sort of. This particular penguin is like different phases of this penguin going through this urgent patience process.
There's motion. Like this is one of the things that Kevin and Craig have helped me get a better appreciation for is how you can show speed and time and space and transition over the course of images with digital storytelling. And there's a digital story that is told here that I don't think was intentional.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think it was intentional either because I totally didn't pick up on it. But you're spot on. I just saw it as a collection of penguins. I didn't see it as one penguin going through a transition. Kevin, how would you have done this particular drawing? If you wanted to really show the transition of the one penguin, you would use gutters, right? And you would each scene would be a different panel, quote unquote. Man, am I using the words right, Kevin? I like to think so. I'm just making it up as I go, but I think
we've got to solve for the for that gap between when stuff is said and when it's seen, which is we're going to start. This is awesome. Kevin's back in. Oh geez, now what the actual amen. That's exactly what my brain is doing on urgent patience.
I love it. It's just so funny. Confront complacency. All right, we're going to answer these and then we're going to hang up for the day.
So here's the one of the big challenges that ends up happening. It happens in sales. It happens in success. It happens in organizations when we're trying to get certain things done. You cannot create urgency. You can
people are gonna they're gonna want to type in the comments when they hear you say that.
That's fine, because we're going to wrap things up and then everybody will have to come back tomorrow to see whether or not I make it back or my brain fries between now and tomorrow when I start going deeper into this. But you cannot I've got one person in my household that creates urgency for me.
The dog?
No, she typically is. Well, they try to create urgency. Well, like what happens right about, and it's funny to watch it happen. But it used to be, hey, look, we eat at 5 o'clock. And now, then it turns into 4:55, and then it's like 4:45. And now, like we were sitting at the table doing some work over the weekend, and one of the dogs, the older dog, Grizz, looks up. He's like, hey, "It is time to eat," and it was like 3:30. Come on, dude. Yeah. So Jen can create urgency because hey, there's something that just has to get done right this second, but as a sales rep or as a solution provider, you're not going to create urgency. You're going to reveal it. Yeah, there we go. Theraflu.
Oh man, I didn't know you were sick, Kevin. I'm going to give you. I'll text you all day just to keep you busy.
All right. So tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Look, there's L&D insights for each one of these sections too, for people that want to go through and listen to it.
There's some cool references. This is going to be fun. So I need you. Send me the link and we'll have a little bit of fun with that.
Absolutely.
And now now everybody will see the penguins. Who did the illustration of the evolution of man? That's what the penguin is. That's the evolution of urgent patience. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Oh, yes, you will see me tomorrow, and we will be here. And you can find us both on LinkedIn, and you can find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.